Scary article in Vice News here that I wanted to share with you. Death penalty states are looking for new ways to execute people. The death penalty cocktail drugs are expiring. They've been stockpiled, and now they're expiring. So you have states that are scrambling to figure out, like, oh shit, how do we, what do we do here? How do we kill people? We need to keep killing people. Duh. We have to kill people. But how? How are we going to do it? So they want to bring back, I don't even know if this is bring it back or just do it for the first time, nitrogen hypoxia. That's apparently when it's allegedly a painless way of dying, where you breathe in nitrogen and you die. But basically what that is the gas chamber. That's what that is. So people viewed the lethal injection as the next logical step in the evolution of the death penalty. You know, you go way back in the day, it was like beheading. And then you evolve a little more, and then it was firing squad. And then you evolve to the death penalty. The death penalty, of course. Then you evolve to the gas chamber. And then you evolve, we thought, oh, you're evolving to the lethal injection, which really what's happening here is people are making ourselves feel better by making it look like a medical procedure. So in other words, what is actually being done is getting lost in the way it looks. Yeah, we're killing a human being, but hey, look, they strap them down and they give them 3 injections, and it looks like it's so official that we're not really doing anything wrong here. So don't worry about the logical and moral and ethical implications. So it looks on the up and up, so it's all good. Oh. Well, now what we've realized is there have been countless examples of people foaming at the mouth, gurgling when they should already be dead after the lethal injection, people experiencing pain when the whole point is you're supposed to not experience pain, coming up with new drug cocktails to try to kill people because the companies that made the old ones stopped making it. So now they're going in the wrong direction. And now they're saying, hey, maybe gas chamber. But that's not all they're saying. They're also saying, hey, how about maybe we try lethal doses of fentanyl? Fentanyl is that opioid that's the strongest in existence. What is it, like 1,000 times or 10,000 times stronger than morphine? Some crazy amount. Morphine is what they give you when you break your leg in a car crash and you go to the hospital. They'll give you morphine and you don't feel that your leg just got broken. You don't feel it. But people have been dying in this whole opioid overdose epidemic. People have been dying because of fentanyl. Many people. That's how, allegedly, how Philip Seymour Hoffman died. He went to go get heroin, but it was laced with fentanyl. Fentanyl's fucking elephant tranquilizer. And he died. Because it's way too powerful. I mean, that should only be used in like fucking stage 4 cancer when you got 3 days to live is when people get fentanyl. And it's the tiniest amount because you'll die if you get a lot. Well, now they're thinking, let's have people overdose on purpose. That's how we're going to kill people with fentanyl. Like, I get the logic of it. It probably is no pain compared to the way people have been dying, but it does kind of feel like we're going in the wrong direction here. And then here's the craziest one. States are going, hey, bring back the firing squad. Listen, we covered the story of somebody named Alva Campbell, who's on death row, was on death row, asked for the firing squad. Said, listen, I want the firing squad because I'm seeing the news reports of what's happening with the injections people are getting. People are foaming at the mouth. It's painful. I don't want that. Give me the firing squad. And a court said, no, we're not going to give it to you. So then, guess what happened? They tried to give him the lethal injection. They couldn't find a vein. So they tried for like an hour. And then they're like, we can't find a vein. So he survived his own execution. Oh. So listen, if you're going to do the death penalty, I would say, yeah, move to fentanyl overdoses or firing squad. But let's not kid ourselves. This is immoral, you know? And listen, I get it. Like, I'm somebody who's kind of tepidly against the death penalty, to the dismay of many people in my audience, for example. Like, there are examples where I go, yeah, I think that guy deserves to die. Plenty of them. You think I look at Dylan Roof and I'm like, let's be the bigger person here, yes. No, I think, fuck that guy. I'm not going to lose a wink of sleep if he dies. And I don't think there's a moral equivalent between us wanting to give him the death penalty. I think that that's justice to an extent. It's like, I see the appeal. No, we didn't do shit. He's the one that killed innocent people. So now we went through a process. It was due process. You were found guilty. We know you did it. You say you did it. And we're just eliminating a problem by getting rid of you. You know, I don't lose a wink of sleep. I have a strong streak of vengeance or revenge where I do think there's justice in that. Hey, you killed all these innocent people. Well, now we're just going to end your life. How about that? Fuck you. How about that? So I get the logic of that. But the reason why I'm against the death penalty is we get the wrong people a lot. I mean, even if you only got the wrong person once, what you're saying is I'm okay with murdering somebody one time if it means we kill thousands of the right people. I'm not okay with that, because then what you're saying is under certain circumstances, murder's okay. No, murder's not okay. It's not. Self-defense is okay. You know, if somebody's in a war and people are shooting at you and you shoot back in self-defense, you don't want to die. That's fine, but that's not the same thing. When you say, I am going to actively accept that we're going to kill innocent people with the death penalty, then I do think you're a monster. Because you're saying, sure, murder's okay in some circumstances. If it happens and we didn't want it to happen, but it happened, and we know it's going to happen for sure, 100% if you have the death penalty, you are sometimes going to kill innocent people. In fact, there was a study that found it was 4%. 4%, a recent study, of the people on death row in the U.S. are innocent. So what you're saying is, out of every 100 people killed by the state, I'm okay with 4 innocent people being killed. No. I'm not okay with my tax dollars killing innocent people. I'm just not. I think honestly, if you're okay with that, I think you're pretty barbaric, and that's pretty dumb. That's a really disgusting, sloppy way of thinking. Because then imagine it was your brother, or your dad, or your son, or your wife. Just imagine for a second that that's what it is. Hey, 4% of the time we kill the wrong people. This person was in the wrong place at the wrong time, wrongly accused. Somehow we're found guilty, which happens. 4% of the time it happens. Yeah, but I'm cool with that system. Totally fine. No, that's fucking crazy. That's beyond crazy. Once I learned that fact, that we get the wrong people, I went, even though ideologically and philosophically I agree with the death penalty when we have the worst criminals and terrorists in the world and we know we got the right people, that doesn't matter. That's now overridden by the fact that we just give those people life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's taken care of. And we make sure we don't ever murder any innocent people with our money, tax dollars. So once I learned about that fact, I said that's it. But this is what's happening now in the U.S. We're regressing. We're going, oh shit, we can't kill people that way. We kill people a new way, or the old way. Yeah, let's do that. Firing squad? No, don't. Stop. Last time they did the firing squad in the U.S. was 2010, by the way. That's not that long ago. I think we can move past it. We're one of the only modern nations that has the death penalty still. Did you know that? We're one of the only modern nations. And by the way, we have an 8th Amendment which protects people from cruel and unusual punishment. I would argue killing somebody is cruel and unusual, by definition. Even in the cases where you think it's justified. Like, I do think it's justified in the case of Dylan Roof. I think it's justified, but I would never argue it's not cruel. Of course it's cruel. You're killing somebody. Duh. And it is unusual because, again, we're one of the only modern nations that does it. That's the definition of unusual. So if you want a plain-faced reading of the Constitution and the 8th Amendment, then you have to say the death penalty is unconstitutional. In fact, there was a brief period in U.S. history where the Supreme Court said this is unconstitutional. But then that was reversed. So it's not good that we're considering giving people fentanyl or a firing squad to kill them. We could just not kill them. That's probably the right idea.